for me.
What's up, everybody? So this video we're gonna try and react to certain moments from the Trump CNN town hall, and the problem is there were so many good moments. There were so many good moments, and I couldn't find an amalgamation compilation of all the good moments, because there's so many good moments. I mean, man, there was, you know, several that stood out that I didn't catch all of it. I didn't watch all of it, but there were several stood out like, oh, I want to comment on that. Like, but I didn't find a compilation with all of them. But this should have a good amount of them. And if there's any ones not in there, then I'll try to remember to comment on them, especially a couple of them. Anyways, let's jump into it. Hopefully this one has most of them. Alright, here we go.
Please welcome the frontrunner for the Republican nomination, former President Donald Trump.
He sure knows how to enter a room, dude. Oh, it's that. I was about.
And so began the official breaking of CNN. The one and only Donald J. Trump absolutely crushed the Clown News Network. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve.
Oh,
and we're gonna
shit.
see
This son of a bitch. I don't want your stuff, bro. Let me just watch the video.
So if you look at on January 5th, the day before,
all right, let me rewind.
Please,
I gotta rewind to
when they went to the Capitol and they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers, why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. So if you look at,
you thought you were gonna catch me off guard. I got notes.
January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. This was the day before, and this was in the form of Twitter. Now I use Truth Social. I think it's far superior, okay? I hope everybody's like that. I hope everybody's on Truth. If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after, as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there. I am asking, and we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President, I looked at the same.
Number 4, Vagina Cat.
A Manhattan jury found that you sexually abused the writer E. Jean Carroll and defamed her. You've denied this. But what do you say to voters who say it disqualifies you from being president?
Well, there aren't too many of them, because my poll numbers just came out. They went up. Okay. I think I'm the only person in history who had a charge like that. And usually you leave office, you say, I'm sorry, but I'm going back home. I'm back home to my family and everything. I'm going to be resigning. My poll numbers went up, and they went up with the other fake charge too. Because what's happening is they're doing this for election interference. This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I had a picture taken years ago with her and her husband, nice guy, John Johnson. He was a newscaster, very nice man.
Isn't that crazy? Now there's 3 more moments in this video. If the remaining 3 doesn't include the 2 that I'm thinking of, then I'll play a different video that does have those. In this video it'll just be really long, whatever, so it is what it is. It's really hard to find. See, the problem is because it is what it is, when you're searching for stuff on YouTube, all you get is the MSM promoted stuff. You get the mainstream media promoted to and that's all. It's like it's really hard to find the compilations that aren't from, you know, the local news or the CNNs, etc., etc., etc. Anyways, so that's why I'm struggling to find all the bits. But what I was gonna say is really crazy that it's all freaking asinine that someone can accuse you that something happened 30 years ago beyond any reasonable statute of limitations, and from a photo, and it's just their word, that's it. And then, oh, you took a photo with them, you took a photo with them, someone who might have been a stranger who asked you to take a photo with them, or even just an acquaintance. Oh, but we're gonna take them at their word, and we're gonna make you pay $5 million. Even if Trump was just some regular dude, it's asinine that someone can be accused of rape from 30 years ago. From 30 years ago. There is, not only is there no possible evidence from 30 years ago, but there's no possible way to defend yourself from 30 years ago. How are you gonna come up with your alibi from 30 years ago? This stuff needs to change, and these women that keep doing this stuff, these false allegations, should be charged with the same punishment that the dude would get. Like for example, that football player that was just found innocent of the you know, the word, the R word. He's just found innocent. You can't say that because YouTube flags it. But it's too late now because he was drafted and his prospects are gone, right? All the hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars that he would have made. Oh well, too late. And now, so, you know, so he lost all that, and the girl who accused him should get what the punishment that he would have gotten, which was prison time. We need to start doing that. We need to start giving them prison time. It's way too easy to false accuse dudes, and I'm sick of this crap. Like, oh no, let's not do that because then it'll make it less likely that women come forward. No. You either come forward, or, like, I don't know. I don't know what the perfect solution is, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm getting this. This is gonna be a really long video, I guess, because I still gotta finish this one and then play the other one. If those pieces aren't in it. Okay, so here's the example that I'll use. There's a comedian who's like a purple belt or a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and so he did an experiment with his wife, and the experiment, he's a purple belt is really good. It's like dang near, sometimes the only difference between a purple belt and a black belt is just 10 years of time. Like sometimes a purple belt can be as skilled as a black belt, but the only reason he doesn't have his black belt yet is because there's a 10-year waiting period. I think I'm remembering correctly. But so anyways, he's really good at jiu-jitsu. He did an experiment with his wife. The experiment is, okay, he's a master of jiu-jitsu. That's like bodily positioning and, like, you know, on the ground, right? And leverage. I'm gonna, so the goal is I have to penetrate you against your will. And this is you know, obviously they're doing an experiment, so it's like consensual non-consent, right? So and you know, you have to stop me. And he's like, okay, so, or she's like, okay. So they tried it, and it was impossible. It was impossible. It was literally impossible to get it in. Literally impossible. Sometimes it's hard to get it in, even with their cooperation. Even with their cooperation, sometimes it's hard to pop it in. But couldn't do it. They didn't. He couldn't do it. Literally, all the woman has to do is bring her knees together and push away. Bring her knees together and push away. Didn't matter how advanced in jiu-jitsu he was. All she had to do is bring her knees together and push away. The only exception to this was if the man were to beat her into submission, right? So like get her to through blunt force, and violence, or threat of a knife or gun, etc., to get compliance would be the exception. But in my, like, that would, you'd have to have like multiple black eyes, you know, like obtrusions. You'd have to have certain, I don't know, man. It's just way too easy for women to false accuse dudes with no evidence. With no evidence, just their word, no evidence, no DNA evidence, nothing, just their word. And then dudes get completely thrown under the bus and lives ruined all the time. Happened to Patrice O'Neal. Go back and listen to his comedy. You can tell, oh man, who, you know, girls always like to use the cop out, the complete cop out, the predictable. They think it's so funny how they always think they're being clever. It's like, you're literally saying the go-to line that all you dumb idiots say. Oh, who hurt you? Right? Well, in Patrice O'Neal's case, he was falsely accused as a teenager, and the traumatic experience of it stayed with him. So you can see it in all of his comedy. But anyways, let's jump back into this.
And she called him an ape. Happens to be African American. Called him an ape. The judge wouldn't allow us to put that in. Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow to put that in. All of these things but with her, they could put in anything. Access.
And by the way, you know, he's right. The left-leaning
Bro, I don't want to hear your commentary. Okay, I want to see the clips. All right.
Ukraine.
Would you give Ukraine weapons
I was
and
impeached
funding?
by a crazy woman named Nancy Pelosi.
But the question here is, would you give Ukraine weapons and funding if you were elected?
I would sit down. Let me just put it a nicer way. If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours.
How would you settle that war in one day?
Because I'll meet with Putin, I'll meet with Zelensky. They both have weaknesses and they both have strengths. And within 24 hours, that war will be settled. It'll be over. It'll be absolutely over.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country. Now,
can I just follow up on that? You said you don't think in terms of winning.
He's right, though.
It's like, Mr. President, can I just follow up on that? Because that's a really important statement that you just made there. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
So dumb.
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying. And I'll have that done. I'll have that done in 24 hours. I'll have it done. You need the power of the presidency to do it.
Now, that answer was huge because as
the lady is so dumb that she doesn't see the point that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, did Ukraine win? Can we say Ukraine won? Oh, or did Russia win? No, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is whether or not. What the hell is all this? The only thing that matters is de-escalation, so that way this thing doesn't go nuclear. Because if it goes nuclear, we're all fucked. Not just Ukraine, the whole world. Everybody's fucked. That's the only thing that matters. And this dumb lady is worried about being able to check the mark of saying, Ukraine won. Fuck you.
The Rick Wilson
And she doesn't even care about the Ukrainians. She doesn't even care about Ukrainians. She just cares about partisan politics, dude. She just cares about her side, right? And it's like, dude, and it's hard to care. It's really hard to care. It's really hard to care about Ukraine. Because when I'm seeing all these videos, all of these videos of all these Ukrainian women that have been shipped out everywhere, all over the world, partying and having a good time and getting railed by other dudes, when their men are back home dying. So it's just the Ukrainian dudes who are getting fucked. So it's like, it's just so disingenuous all the way around. All the way around, it's just completely disingenuous. And then the real problem is Biden and Zelensky.
Meltdown. Without a doubt, one of the single best moments of last night's CNN town hall.
Oh, you son of a
former
bitch.
Republican operative and avowed never-Trumper Rick Wilson's meltdown. This really says it all.
We're in a break now from the presidential town hall with CNN, Caitlin Collins, and whatever the they thought they were going to get out of this, they instead have set a match to democracy once again. You are letting an insane person stand there and make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about rape. You make people giggle and laugh when he jokes about abortion, when he calls an African-American police officer a thug. This insanity should be pulled off the fucking air. Chris Licht, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is astoundingly bad for the brand of CNN. It's astoundingly bad for the country, and it's astoundingly bad.
The brand of CNN is already down the toilet and losing a crap ton of money, so it doesn't matter, dude. This dude is.
Honestly, folks, for every other Republican candidate in the primaries, wrap that up. It's done. You saw this tonight. You know you can't beat him on the stage. Everybody else, oars up. Time to go to work because he's going to be the nominee. This is unfucking believable. I've never seen anything like it. It is a disaster of the highest degree.
All right, here we go.
But that's the
This was
question that
brilliant.
investigators
This was
have,
brilliant.
I think,
This was
is
great.
why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why you?
Very
why
simple.
you held?
I mean, Trump spoke.
Okay, that's enough from this guy. Yeah, there was, okay, so that didn't have all the moments that I wanted to show. This one is, okay, this one, okay, this one has it. Alright, watch this one,
24 hours.
and then there'll be and then I'll wrap up the video. I wasn't meaning for this video to be a really long, but it is what it is, you know? Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours.
Okay, I already watched that
How would you
part.
Got out of control, but you know, when you look at Antifa, what they've done to
Okay, here we go.
I'm inclined to pardon many of them.
Here we go.
Rioters who were will you pardon the January 6 rioters who were convicted of federal offenses?
I don't like how he said rioters.
I am inclined to pardon many of them. I can't say for every single one because a couple of them probably they got out of control. But you know, when you look at Antifa, what they've done to Portland, and if you look at Antifa, look at what they've done to Minneapolis and so many other places. Look at what they did to Seattle and BLM. Many people were killed. These people, I'm not trying to justify anything. But you have two standards of justice in this country, and what they've done, and I love that question, because what they've done to so many people is nothing.
You got two standards. You're on the left, you get away with murder, literally. You're on the right. If you say a word that we don't like, we're coming for you. If you know, it's great. Oh my gosh, dude. And not only that, we have evidence that they were led in and it was completely staged and set up, and it's like, oh my gosh, dude. It's crazy. They really thought they were gonna get him on so many of these questions. CNN really thought that, oh, we're gonna get him, we're gonna make him look stupid, and then he just owned them on every question. He just completely won. He just every win after win after win with every question. They thought, oh, we're gonna get him with this one. We're gonna get him tied up. We're gonna get him tied up. We're gonna get him on the ropes. We're gonna make something of it. We're gonna make a mountain out of a molehill and make him look foolish. And then he was ready. He was prepared. He was prepared for every little nonsense chicanery they would try. I love that word, chicanery. That they tried on him. And then, so much to the point where it ended 20 minutes early. They ended it 20 minutes early because he was making them look so foolish. Right?
And then what they've done to these people, they've persecuted these people. And yeah, my answer is, I am most likely, if I get in, I will most likely, I would say it will be a large portion of them. You know, they did a very, and it'll be very early on. And they're living in hell right now.
You defended the comments that you made on that Access Hollywood tape about being able to grab women how you want. Do you stand by those comments?
I said, if you're famous and rich or whatever I said, but I said, if you're a star, you are, and I said, women let you. I didn't say you grab, I said women let. You know, you didn't use that word, but if you look, women let you. Now, they said, will you take that back? I said, look, for 1,000,000 years, this is the way it's been. I want to be honest. This is the way it's been. I can take it back if you'd like to, but if you're a famous person, if you're a star, and I'm not referring to myself, I'm saying people that are...
Dude, I love this. I love that they... Okay, we didn't get him on any of the other questions. We didn't get him, but we're going to get him on this one. There's no way that he can dodge and juke his way out of this one, right? But Trump has been red pill since freaking the 70s, 80s. He's been red pilled. He knows since the, like, dude, it's so freaking obvious. Since the dawn of Homo sapiens, even before Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, right? It doesn't even matter whether you're an evolutionist or whether you're a creationist. It's equally true on both sides. Whether you want to look at it from Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, what was before Homo erectus? Before Homo erectus. Anyways, it's funny. Homo erectus. Anyways, or a creationist, right? Because there's Bible verses in you know, to support the same. And not only that, evolutionary psychology, right? Evolutionary psychology shows this, and women's hypergamy shows this. The amount of just absolute goo goo gaga women go over status, right? They'll throw themselves at men that have a high amount of status, just completely make a fool out of themselves for a man that has a lot of status. I mean, it's just everyone knows in their gut that this is true, whether it goes against their politics or not. And they really thought they were gonna get him on this. It's like, no, I'm not gonna Wait, you want me to say something that's not true? You want me to lie? Okay, you want me to lie to you?
Famous, people that are
You were asked
stars,
in the deposition,
people
do you
that are
consider
rich,
yourself to be a star, and
people
you
that are
said yes.
powerful. They tend to do pretty well in a lot of different ways, okay?
Well, I mean, I cannot. If I could go, dude, I cannot emphasize this. I cannot emphasize this enough, dude. I could go on and on about this forever. Whether you're a creationist, and you look at examples like King Solomon or King David, and all of King David's concubines. Whether you're an evolutionist and you look at all the different examples and science, where you see that there's 80% more genetic record of women than there is males, and that means that there's way less genetic record of the Y chromosome, and that's also how we trace lineage. That's how we when you do all these tests, like when you do all these online tests, I forget the different brands. There's a couple different brands. There's like My Family Tree and blah blah blah. There's like 3 different known ones. You guys know what I'm talking about. But when you order that package and you send your little DNA sample in, so you can get your family tree and learn all about your lineage that you didn't know about, they're tracing your Y chromosome back as far as the record goes. That's how they're tracing it. They're tracing your Y chromosome. Why? Because there's way less Y chromosome record, and that's how we can track it. And why is there way less Y chromosome record? It's because throughout history, the majority of women procreate successfully. 80% of women end up having babies, but only 20% of men end up having babies. What does that mean? That means that the majority of women are having sex with a minority of men, right? So one fifth of the men are having sex with 80% of the women. Science literally shows this, but then when you say it, when you're like, literally science has proven this as a fact, 100% a fact, but then when you say it to people, liberals, it's so funny. Liberals call the right side and conservatives science deniers all the time. But it's like, come on, everyone's a hypocrite on both sides. You deny science about the stuff that you like, and you deny science about the stuff that you like. And it's like you know, it's like it's crazy. When you say this, they're like, oh, you blah blah blah, you're a misogynist, you're an incel, you know, blah 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 blah. So I don't know why you're denying science. You're doing exactly what you blame them of doing all the time. Anyways, let's finish this. Wrap it up. I can ramble on and on. You guys know
And
this.
you would like me to take that back? I can't take it back because it happens to be true. Just so you understand, I had every right to do it. I didn't make a secret of it. You know, the boxes were stationed outside of the White House. People were taking pictures of the GSA of the various people.
I gotta stop you right there, though, because the Presidential Records Act, which is not well known to a lot of people, I read it. It does not say that you can take.
All right, this is the part where she says, where she gets uppity and he calls her a terrible, a nasty person. Okay. So, appreciate you guys for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and all that stuff. 96% of you guys are not yet subscribed. 96% of my viewers are not yet subscribed. Please subscribe. It helps. This will be on BitChute, Odyssey, all that stuff. And wow, this video has been 30 minutes. If anyone's made it this far, you're a diehard. I appreciate you for sure. Anyways, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.